or whatnot. We have a quick question here from Chad, which before we get to our next review, we'll answer. Chad P. Crawford says, Film Fest question for a screenwriter. Is it better to enter screenwriting competitions or film it with little to no budget? I'll say this for myself. Screenwriting competitions are fine. I think you might actually be better off just getting notes from a reader. Paying a reader to give you notes is probably a better investment for your money. So rather than a competition, which I think is, good luck with that. I think your money is better spent on a professional reader who can give you notes to help you make do a better screenplay. As for shooting a film with little to no budget, yes, absolutely. I always encourage that. I think that I think it's best not to dive in and say, well, I'm going to make a feature. I think it's better to do something like, hey, I'm going to make a 5-minute short. If you can make something compelling at 5 minutes, you can make something compelling at 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you work your way up to your first 90-minute feature. So my recommendations is set aside the screenwriting competitions, get it to a reader. Now, after you've been through a reader a couple times and you're getting really good notes and good feedback, maybe you consider a competition. But that's where I stand on it. Any other comments from anyone else on Chad's question? Thank you for your question, Chad. And feel free to throw us a super chat. Normally, for something as detailed as that, you would throw a super chat, but I'm going to let this one slide. That's your first. Yeah. That's your first freebie, Chad. That's a freebie. But go ahead.
So the question
on this.
The question I have is: does Hollywood care that you won a screenwriting competition? Does Hollywood care that your script won a competition? And the answer that I get is no. You can say it. Great job. I have a friend who has won multiple screenwriting competitions, and it pains me that none of them have ever gone further than that. And I feel like that's the value of a screenwriting competition.
It's like your GPA. C's get degrees. So just to move past that and move on directly to it, like Chris was saying, if you have a 5-10 minutes that you can condense it, because a good story is a good story, and it will, we overlook as reviewers. I know I'll overlook a ton of shortcomings elsewhere if the story is solid. If I know that I can emotionally connect with somebody in there, then all the rest will fall by the wayside, and you can forgive a lot.
Sabina, you've worked at film festivals. What's your feedback?
So it's interesting. They always, way back when, they said, go to a festival with a screenplay in your pocket and see how you could do. And now that there seems to be competition aside from the film festivals, Rob and I have gone back and forth. Helping start the Sun Valley Film Festival, they actually do a live read a scene in a script and bring it to life with actors. Jay Duplass was there, who did it one year, and that works as a live performance. You actually see people who know their craft and art, and it kind of puts them on the spot. Are they really an actor or not? And a director. And so that kind of scenario, people will pay money for to go see, and people will enter those competitions. I totally agree, Chris. Get someone to read your script, get the notes, someone in the business. If there's one thing I can say that I have an issue with right now with films, and this is maybe the virtual world, they're so freaking long. And I know that script was not that long. It's not industry standard. So, let that, I don't know how that fits, but it is getting on my nerves to spend 2 hours watching something when it should have just been 90 minutes. And there's standard. There has to be. It's a business. What is it? A minute of film is a page of your script. These things have been around for a long time. And so you have to understand when you write a script that it better be in its 50th version, cleaned up, ready to roll. People don't have time. And that's my point. Do it. Just don't throw it out there and think you got the greatest thing. You don't. And someone's already told your story half the time. Maybe not in VR though.
Right. Well, I think this is really good feedback. So Chad, I hope we helped you out. This would make a good